that limb right there going up like this. Kind of hard to tell on the camera, I'm not really good at looking at it, but everything where my fingers, you know, my fingers are wheeling, everything right here, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna keep this limb right here, and everything below I'm gonna shave off. Okay, there's a limb going all the way out like that, all the way out over there like that. See that? I'm gonna take that one out. I already looked at the front. I already looked at the front view. I already looked at the front view, and I already looked at the back view. So I'm gonna cut it. Okay, so I'm about to tear off this limb right here where my finger's at. It's gonna take all this out, because I mean it's already dead. Sorry, take it up. There you go. Let's step back. See how it looks? Oh yeah, it looks better. Se ve mejor. I'm gonna go ahead and I decided to cut this one that's going straight up. Any limbs that are going straight up, you want to cut them out. There we go. I'm using 2 anchors because I don't really trust one of them, so I'm on single rope. That's my tying point. But I'm gonna be tied double. I'm gonna be tied double the whole time, so just to be extra. Found out that these action cameras, their batteries don't hold good charge and don't hold charge in the cold. So I've been trying to record a lot on my action camera, but it won't hold no charge. So I'm kind of bummed out about that, but it's all right. Yeah, this walnut tree has a lot of water sprouts. And these are too many limbs right here going out all at once, so I'm gonna have to pick which ones gotta go. And I still gotta make that decision. Gotta I'm just trying to make sure I make the right decision. It's gonna have to be this one right here. It's gonna have to be one for sure, this one, because it's already growing towards that limb over there, so I'm going to go ahead and make that decision to prune it. I think I might prune both of these. I want to prune this one. Decisions. Well, that one seems more, but this one right here, You see how it's growing over there? That one's gonna have to go. I'm gonna go ahead and prune that one. I wish I had my selfie stick. I think I'd get a better shot, but we're at work. He's trying to dump the bag. Busted on him. What happened?
This side's busted open.
But you're lucky it fell in there. But it's snowing right now. I want to record all the snow. Look at that. I dropped my phone. Ah! I went ahead and got a better view of the limb. But as you can see, this center limb growing out, shooting up, which should have been pruned a long time ago actually. But like I said, this tree was never pruned. This limb is shooting straight up. And right here it divides. It divides into two limbs. You see that? And then they start rubbing up against each other. And it kind of suffocates the limb. So it went ahead and died out. You see that? So that's just one of the objectives of structural pruning. What's up? I'm gonna go ahead. It's kind of cold outside. I almost went home. It's too cold. My hands are freezing. Everything's freezing. But I'm gonna see how long I can last. But it's like it's frosty. You know, you can see the frost on the tree. So I don't know how it's gonna be going up in these trees. But I don't know if you can see the frost. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna try it out and see how it works out. Kind of get some experience working like this in the cold. But man, I almost quit and left. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna see how long I can last. So here we are again. I'm about halfway. I've been kind of slow because I really I've never trimmed a walnut tree before, and I don't want to mess it up. So I've been taking things nice and easy, nice and slow. But I'm starting to kind of learn how to prune it. But so far, you could tell. Look, I haven't got over here. A little bit over here, but I've gotten right here where my finger and my thumb are. So, but it's looking pretty nice. See that? It's looking pretty good. I think so. So I'm still gonna, over here needs some work, and that's about it. Oh yeah, I got a call for an estimate. So they never called me about that other $60 job. I think there's something going on with that job. I don't think it was legit. I learned one thing. I'm not gonna do an estimate if they don't meet up with me. If they can't meet up with me, I'm not gonna do an estimate. That's gonna be one of my rules. But you know, thank God I got a call today, so we'll see how it goes. It's not bad working in the cold like this. If you dress up for it, it's not that bad. Yesterday I almost went home and quit. I almost went home because it was too cold. But I was sitting in my truck. And I was contemplating. I was like, you know what? Just see how long you can last. If you're gonna go home, just go ahead and just see how long you can last. And sure enough, I was like, all right, I'm gonna see how long I last. Well, it turns out when you start moving, and everybody knows this, you warm up. And I was so glad I stayed and messed around. See, there's another crossing limb right here. You could tell the injury that happens to the tree when they start crossing each other. You could just tell, like this branch right here, it got a big old injury right here. But I think we're gonna keep this one. It seems like this whole limb is dead, but it's still holding in there because it got another limb right here that's growing pretty healthy. And if I cut this one on, I might what is that word called? I might interfere with the aesthetics of the tree. Something I'm not interested in. We're gonna go ahead and get this one out. Okay. Coming down. It would be nice to have like a second hand, but right now, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. My plan for the future is to get help. So just gotta figure out how to do that. But yeah, kind of what I was talking about. Kind of what I was talking about earlier about trees being fighters. Trees are really, really good at fighting. They're really good at adapting to stress. I'm telling you, one concern I have, one of the concerns that a lot of well, not a lot, but when I get asked, to cut a tree down, they ask, is it gonna grow back? And I can never give them a straight answer. I could never give them a straight answer unless you stump grind it all the way down, where underneath the roots. Yeah, it's got the less likely chance of growing back. But if you cut it as low as your chainsaw can go, as long as those roots are healthy, and as long as those roots can get watered somehow, it has a chance of growing back. So you just never know. But it's crazy how, like this limb, for instance, right here, it looks like it's dead. Right here, so you can automatically assume that the whole branch is dead. But towards the end, you got a healthy looking limb growing out from over here. So you ask yourself, what the heck is going wrong? But I found out, this is a cool little piece of information that I found out. Oh, I think he's a professor. I watch a lot of educational stuff about tree biology and information about trees, and I didn't know this. He said the tree, the cambial growth, the cambium growth, it's the thing that grows. It starts at the shoot. So actually, the tree, it starts growing from the outside in. It gets the light. It receives the light from the sun, and then it turns. The leaves photosynthesize the light. They take carbon and it has a reaction with water, and it turns into carbohydrates. But the growth, the new layer starts from the tips all the way down. That's why it flares down. That's why you have a tree thicker at the bottom, and then it reduces its diameter at the tip. But that tip, it's always fighting. It's always taking in more food, and it's always growing from the top down. It might not look like, because at the very top, it doesn't really look like it's growing from the top. It looks like all the growth is in the bottom, and it is, but it starts growing from the tip all the way down to the bottom. And please forgive me, I can't really say exactly the way the professor said it,
but it makes sense. So that's why you have a limb like this, a healthy looking tree from the top, and then down here it looks like it's dead. So right here where it's dead, I don't know if you can see it. What's gonna happen is, as the tree grows thick, as the tree grows throughout time, it's gonna seal. It's gonna grow new wood on top of this injury, and it's not gonna look like it's even been there. So that's pretty cool about the about trees, is how they grow from the outside in and not from the inside out. Because my whole time I thought trees grew from the outside in. I mean from the inside out, but it's actually from the outside in, and it's from the top, not from the bottom. So it's pretty cool. Which kind of makes you think about so like if you're spiritual, like me, I'm a Christian. It makes you reflect on how you're supposed to go after God. You're supposed to seek the light. When you're seeking the light, that's when you truly grow. And when you're seeking the light, you're seeking it inside your heart where no one can see, in your spirit. When you're inside you throughout the day, only you know you. Only you know you. When you inside of you, your heart, when it's seeking after God, when it's seeking the good things of God, that's where the true growth begins. That's where your true food is being released. Is whenever you're in your heart and you're seeking after God. That's why in the Bible it's filled with scriptures where it's talking about the secret place, where you're seeking God in your secret place, and that's where it's at. It's right there inside you in your heart when you're truly seeking God, right there in your secret place. I'm telling you, that's where the real food comes. Your spiritual food. You get fed. And when I'm talking about being fed, you get fed words, ideas, you get affirmation, confirmation about whatever that's going on in your life. And when you're truly seeking God from within, from your heart, God slowly releases that food, because God made you with components just like the tree, just like what a tree has. The tree has the faculties, the components, the organs, whatever you want to call it, the makeup to make food after it seeks the light, because all plants need the sun, and the sun is just a representation of God. So we have the ability to produce food when we seek the light. And it's not the light, the brightness, like it's not a physical light. It's a spiritual light that allows you to open up and see what's been hidden before your eyes this whole time. Yeah, it's cool how you can take a piece of our physical life and just look at it and contemplate it, and it could tell you so much about spiritual things, because what you see is in the physical, something spiritual is behind it, and it has the spiritual properties that can help you manifest the physical properties. I know I'm getting kind of too much into it, but just thinking about how a tree grows and how a tree lives and how a tree processes everything, it opens up your eyes how we're not that much different when it comes to God, when it comes to our environment, because we, just as trees can adapt, so can we. And I don't know if you remember that scripture, but when Jesus opened the eyes of a blind man, he says, all I see is people walking around like trees, because in reality we are trees. We are trees, and in the word it says that we'll be like trees growing more than thousands of years old or something like that. So yeah, kind of cool reflecting on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave you now. Okay, so it's about 8:30 in the morning. I got up a little bit late, but that's okay. I didn't set my alarm, which honestly, overall, I still feel like I'm doing real good because I started out coming like at 12, 11, real late. But now I'm here at 8:30, so I think yesterday I got here like at maybe 7:38 in the morning. I can't remember exactly when. Right now I'm just unloading. I'm getting ready for the day. I have an estimate to go do. Hopefully that turns out to be okay. This tree, it's taking me longer than expected, but I think that's okay because I'm still learning. I'm learning, how to be efficient in some things, like when recording takes it takes a lot of time out because you got to set up and you got to adjust everything. I'm learning how to be efficient in that. So I think I'm gonna shoot today. I'm gonna shoot for it to be my last day and then start editing. But I just wanted to touch base with you. I wanted to tell you one thing that I strive to do before starting each day. Is I like to say a little prayer asking God for help, because tree work, no matter how experienced you are, tree work is real dangerous. There's a man named Jed, I think. He was I wouldn't want to say like crazy famous, but he was real known in the tree community, in the arborist community, and he passed away. And I mean, this guy was really skilled at doing what he does. He had a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a lot of years on his belt, but he still ended up passing away. He got killed by a hanger. And I believe what a hanger is, it's like a branch hanging high in the tree, and it's loose and it falls. So if you're not really paying attention, it's kind of hard. You won't be able to see those things fall. So that's why I try to wear my helmet at all times. And even then, if you're caught by a falling branch, even with the helmet on, I mean, and it still can cause a lot of damage depending on how much that branch weighs. So yeah, I try to say a prayer, ask God for protection. My prayer is that God will save me if God forbid an accident does happen, that He'll save me from it. He'll save me from it and go forward. But that's what I strive to do every time, is just ask God for His protection. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I got a lot of stuff more to unload, but rest in peace to Jed. He was, man, that guy, he had years on his life, like, experience, and he knew a lot about tree work. And even then, a tragedy happened. So I got called on an estimate. Right now I'm just trying to figure out the cuts that I need to make. It's this tree right here, and he wants it reduced. He wants these branches reduced off the roof. So I'm gonna try to give it a form. It's gonna be kind of hard, but I'm just trying to figure out what cuts I need to make. You can tell right there, there's a branch broken off right there where my finger's at. But I'll probably have to tie in real high up there. Might have to do 2 tie-ins. We'll see how it goes. I'm shaping the tree, so this cut right here is I would say it's necessary. I'll make a reduction cut. I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave this limb right here, this little twig right here, but I'm gonna cut this baby off right here. I wanted to cut this whole limb off, but I decided not to. I wanted to save it, save as much as I was able to. All right. There we go. Whenever you see it from the bottom of the tree, it looks naked because I've thinned out most of these sprouts. But that's the objective, was to thin it out. I'll say the only downside about thinning all these suckers is it's very time consuming, so you kind of got to know your cuts right away and not have that much second thoughts about it. I'm working limb by limb. Woo. Yes, sir. This is good exercise, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so let's have a look. Trying to thin out all these clusters. I wish I knew how to do small talk, because I could small talk my way down this limb. I made it. That's what I'm working on, is learning how to get the best work position possible. But these are all the sprouts I'm cutting off. Go ahead and, yeah, the tree's looking pretty thin, I'll tell you that much. I kind of enjoyed trimming this walnut tree. Got more experience. You can never go wrong with gaining more experience. And I like these, you can't really tell, but they're starting to grow buds already at this time, and it's January. And you can start seeing the buds. They look so pretty. You would look at them and think like they're fake. But I'm guessing, so one of the reasons why we're cutting all these water sprouts is we want to see how the tree's going to react to it. I'm believing after we do all these corrective prunings on this walnut tree, and we're training each limb to grow the way it's supposed to. I believe not this season, but next season is when it's really gonna flourish, this tree. I really believe that. So that's one of the reasons why we're thinning this walnut tree. One of the downsides about thinning out this walnut tree is it's just very time consuming. Very time consuming. I'm not really that experienced in being in the camera and stuff. I wish I had the words to speak right now, like to have a conversation, but I don't. Okay, you see that little slip I had right there? Look, I'm tied in up top, up there. It's holding me. I'm tied in over here. It's holding me from coming back. But did you see how I slipped? Now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab my other lanyard. I got a double lanyard, and I'm gonna go ahead and tie in right here so that it could help me from falling backwards. So now I'm tied in 3 different positions. Now I'm really locked. Now I'm really, see that? See, look, if I'm gonna let myself fall. See that? I let myself fall. So that's where I want to improve on is work positioning. Work positioning is really important. And then now I have the sturdiness to be able to move around and cut what I need to cut. A lot of these I can break off. See that right here? You can see it. You can see the bud starting to come out. I think I can make it over here. Let's see here. Yes, sir. Get a little bit more positioning. See here. There we go. I think a lot of this I can get from the ground, but if I was to get it from the ground, it'll be a little bit harder for me to get it. There's this other tool that I don't have right now, but they're extended pruners, which means you can cut a twig, but you don't have to use friction to cut it. It's by the squeeze of a trigger. They're like pruners. One of the downsides about corrective pruning, structural pruning, is you might have to make cuts that's gonna affect the overall look of the tree, the form. There's cuts though that have to be made. For example, this branch right here, where it laterals out right here, all the way up, when it divides, it's dead. These branches are dead. For the reason I don't know, but it's gonna have to be pruned off right here, and it might affect the overall look of the tree. However, when you do have corrective pruning, structural pruning being done to your tree, it's not the end of the world. Meaning, what's going to happen is the other branches, they're going to have open space to grow into it, because these little these little sprouts, they know how to detect open space so that they're not competing against each other. And I believe right here there's too much compaction. There wasn't enough space for these limbs to grow out the way they're supposed to, and I'm gonna believe that's why it died. But the downfall sometimes of structural pruning is you got to make cuts that are going to affect the overall look of the tree. But don't fret, because that gives opportunity for new twigs to branch out and take up that space. So what I'm trying to say is, make the necessary cuts and let the tree do its job. The tree is really good at finding space, taking advantage of space. I'm gonna go ahead and make this cut. Let's make this cut and get this branch out of the way. Okay. When I get down onto the ground, I'll be able to tell how much of the aesthetics was affected by the tree. Okay. All this right here is dead. All of it. I took quite a big chunk out. But it's something that had to be done. Do you see all this open space? Well, I'm not sure if you can see, but all this open space. See right here too, this limb? They're competing against each other. This one suffocated because it's intercrossing this limb right here. You can tell right here, that's where they're suffocating. However, we can manage to. Well, this one's dead as well. Yes, sir. We're gonna have to cut it from right here. Right here, a limb got stuck somehow in between and ended up killing it. I don't know if the wind brought this one down or what happened, but unfortunately it's gonna have to go. We can save, look, we can cut it right here because there's new growth coming on this far side. So I'm gonna make the proper cut, which would be right here, a reduction cut, and it's this limb fell off or got cut off. I don't know what happened, but it ended up getting stuck in between these two branches, which ended up killing it off. Can you see though? You can tell right here they intersected each other, and ultimately that injures and suffocates the tree. But like I was saying earlier, look at all this space now. It might affect the form, but here in a few seasons of new growth, the tree will be able to pick up on this open space and be able to grow new shoots. I just finished up. I like how it turned out. What I'm gonna do is clean up everything and then get some pictures for before and after. Let me show you how it came out. Look at it. Let me get from the right angle. You can't really tell, but can you see it? Look, and then from over here in person, it looks so much better. I gained some experience. Look at that. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay, so over here, I focused too much at the tips, and on this side, I took it down a notch, thinning it out some more. So it looks kind of more heavy shaded right here than that side, but I did that on purpose, just to get a feel for the tree. And overall, I like how it came out. It came out pretty nice. I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy the way it turned out. Shape. I like it, and it looks nice. It looks beautiful. I like it. It looks real beautiful. See that?